Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. Tonight, I think I got a good one for you. We're really trying to eliminate the nonsense, the fudders out there, the clowns that literally just have no clue what they're talking about. And at this point of the cycle, you really got to make sure you're getting information that is truthful and at least honest. I'm never going to lie. I might be wrong, but I'm going to give you my 100% honest opinion. And I think that's important. So let's get into this tonight, guys. A lot going on with XRP, with this Fit 21 bill, how that's going to affect the markets, how it's going to affect DeFi, how it's going to affect Richard Hart, and just a lot of stuff that we've been waiting for with these utility gems to pop off. Without the legislation in place, without compliance being there, they can't, their potentials can't be unleashed. So let's get into it tonight. Holy shit, look at Jasmy go, fellas. I love it. We've been talking about Jasmy for a while, and we are now almost to 3 cents. Let's go. Up 30% in a day. This is why you don't fade Maximus and the smaller channels out there. He was getting 75, 100 people watching his streams a year ago, and he should have had 1,000. The quality of research he does, it was literally, I watched 2 of his streams about Jasmy, and his research was so in-depth, his 2-hour presentations, that it was like, holy shit, bro, I don't even need to do any research on my own. I did, but after another couple months, when he would do his Jasmy coverage, it was a no-brainer. So I give all the credit to him for me getting into Jasmy. It's the Japanese Bitcoin guys. They're bringing the Internet of Things to Japan. They are helping banks talk to each other. They got so much going on, working with Sony, Panasonic. What else is pumping today? SNX, Aave, Pepe. Let's see what's going on the favorites here. Anything else pumping? Metis up a little bit. Don't fade Metis, guys. And the ties with Vitalik's mom there on the foundation. I think that is, when ETH goes, Metis is going to be one of the better L2s. So, V-Mum is the meme over there. Vitalik's mom. I think that's the one that I'm told to get into. So I got my V-Mum, my Hummus, Maya. What do we got? What's Game Swift over there? Anything else? Miria. And guys, Axelar. We got into this last October. What was the price? Sheesh. 30 cents. 31, 32 cents around there. When we got into Axelar, just from watching Ivan's streams, he was bullish on Axelar because of what they were building, how it was actually helping his business. And with Ivan, with him building Morales and that API they have, if they're using Axelar, I was like, okay, there's something there. And sure enough, Axelar is tied in with all this Ripple stuff. So we'll get into that here in a second. But guys, Jasmy's looking good though. This was from 6 hours ago, and we're already up from here another 20%. Let's go. Please take into consideration that in the Jasmy community, we don't have influencers. We have researchers who have spent thousands of hours over the past 3 years researching, deep diving, and connecting the dots. Credibility is the main theme of the community. We question everything to avoid market dumping and pumping games. It's a long-term investment, not a meme coin. Guys, I love it. I'm shouting out at DPG Maximus, my man. Follow him on Twitter. Watch his streams, guys, for Stellar, for Ripple, for Jasmine. He's the man. Here he is right here. There's his channel, DPG Maximus. The legend right there. Guys, he's his streams, I'm telling you, they're on point. So we got Simba. Holy shit. The meme coin on ETH here. The only meme I have. No, I have Kazuna is the other one. We got over here on ETH, and I think this is a gem. Shout out to Chaos Chris. Put me onto this one. Trump's first cat. And if you noticed, everything Trump right now is going crazy. He's telling you everything you want to hear. He's the crypto man. He's going to ban CBDCs. Guys, don't listen to the guy that has an orange face, okay? The CBDC is here already. And you're not going to know, you're not going to think how. You're not going to realize it if you're paying attention. You know, they just said the Fed cannot issue a CBDC. It's not going to happen. Well, while this whole show's going on over here, they're now passing stablecoin legislation that's coming through. And for 23 months, Patrick McHenry has been working with Maxine Waters. And they need... they don't want the Fed to look at stablecoins as competition. They want the Fed to sign off on it. So they're going to basically say stablecoins like, for example, USDC and USDT, which are whose best friend? The DOJ, law enforcement, anybody. They can shut down any wallet they want. So the fact that we are thinking USDC and USDT are stable coins, they're the CBDCs. That's the trap right there. And nobody's talking about it. It blows my mind. It just blows my mind. So once they say, okay, guys, this is how it's going to work. Your bank, for example, Bank of America is only going to accept a certain deposit token or a certain stable coin to get into their dApps or their ecosystem. You know, to use the XRP ledger, it's going to be primarily Ripple stablecoin over there. You know, to use PayPal, they're only going to have their PayPal USD. And you're only, so everywhere you go, say you go to Amazon and they say, yep, Amazon only accepts USDC, USDT, and PayPal USD. We do not accept DAI, we don't accept PDAI, and we don't accept whatever, any other stable coin. That's the CBDC right there, guys. It's the same thing. And no one sees it. So we're all being told, oh yeah, no CBDC. Oh yeah, but stablecoin legislation is a priority. Why do you think that is? Why is stablecoin legislation a priority? I don't know. But this is just a synopsis of the mainstream. Michael Saylor was on stage 3 months ago saying there is no way an ETH ETF would ever be approved. You guys are all idiots for even thinking that. Now the approval, it may actually be better for Bitcoin, Michael Saylor says. It's another line of defense for Bitcoin, he says. So he's just out here just completely making a clown of himself. Yeah, he's made money with Bitcoin, but I think if he put that all into ETH, he'd do much better. So this guy's a complete clown, and this is what the mainstream wants for you. To think the spot ETF could be better for Bitcoin when Bitcoin is going to have one more pump up to 90 or 100K here this summer, and then maybe one more pump in September, October, up to like 125, 150 max, and then that's it. The top is in, and we're going to have a liquidity event, bank collapse. Something's going to happen to where the C19 happens 6 or 7 months later. So back in 2020, where it was on March, now it's going to be maybe November-ish this year. And then I think shit's going to get real bad. So, guys, we're going to be you got to pay attention. Like, this cycle could happen in 6 months and it all be over. So we've going from sitting here with our, lint in our pockets for 2 years, saying when bull, 2.5 years now. Things start to pump. Bitcoin hits 110K. We get into September, October, alts are starting to pump, and then boom, that's it. And things start getting bad. and we have a liquidity crisis, banks. It's just, guys, the real estate market, it's such a scam. They're not reporting foreclosures. They're not reporting listings, sale, anything to the MLS. And that's where all the data comes from. All these private companies are out here giving second mortgages, getting people to, sell to them and promise that they won't file for foreclosure. Guys, it's so bad. Ray, it's VMUM, the ticker. Right here. It's not VMOM. That could be a scam coin. So don't get that one. It's VMUM on Metis right here. Just go to Deck Screener and the contract ends in 7CBF. So don't type in VMOM. That could probably be a rug pull. I'm just guessing. So, I mean, it's small. It's only doing a couple K in volume, but it is what it is. From the bottom down here, we're up almost 30-40%. But I don't care. Throw $100 in, it's a lottery ticket. If it does well, great. Back to its all-time high, we got like a 5x to go. So that puts it at like a $5 million market cap. I think you can easily get to 10. So I think that's a nice 10x. And then I got Hummus, GameFi, Tethys, and I must have sold my Maya and just because I don't need 3 dexes. It's the same thing. I'd rather just hold 2. Hummus and Tethys. And the GameFi, I think that's the gaming gem over there. Once the gaming narrative, $1 million market cap. This thing was up way higher than this, like $4. Never mind, $3. So I think this thing's got a 10x in it here. $1 million market cap when the gaming narrative starts to run. Who knows, guys? That's why you got to be diversified. Look at Alien crushing PTGC the last couple days, doing 10% moves while PTGC is going down. Well, in the last week, up almost 50% against PTGC. And when people, when you're in the 28th wealth group, people are tell you Alien over PTGC right now. Smaller market cap. The contract is a little bit better with the rewards and everything. I love PTGC. I'm not throwing shade on them or anything. It just is what it is. You were able to see what they put out and make it better if possible. If it was completely flawless, Alien wouldn't exist. It's just it's progress, guys. You can't just expect the best right away. So let's see if anything else is moving. PRC 20s kind of all stagnant right now. Yeah, ain't shit going on. So here it is, guys. Private stable coins will be the bedrock of on-chain commerce. So there you go. Private stable coins, Ripple, PayPal, everyone's is scrambling to get them out now because just like with MiCA in Europe, the UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, all these countries, that's the legislation. And guess what? Just like I've been saying for a year, we're going to sit back and watch what the world does with their legislation, and we're going to adopt what works, and then what doesn't work, clearly stay away from. And obviously that's what's happening. We've flipped from crypto being a scam for criminals and supporting the war to, oh yeah, I guess it actually could be the new financial system. So guys, it's just here. It's not hard to see why the current open book nature of public blockchains is cause for concern for many would-be users and enterprise adopters. Why? Because you don't have privacy. I don't even care. Parity with TradFi is the least we can do. This shit is, I don't even want to read it. The headline is all you need to know. But it should be private stable coins, aka CBDCs, are here and will be the bedrock of on-chain commerce. As the orange man tells you, CBDCs will be banned. That's great. All we need are wholesale CBDCs so the banks can spread liquidity around instantly, which I don't even think they need. They can just use Ripple's on-demand liquidity, use R3 Corda, or use Onyx or Providence or any of these other private chains. So I don't want to hear this shit. How funny was this? Trump was getting boos at a libertarian speech and drops these free and Russ Ulbricht, and they all break out in cheers. Trump knows how to play the audiences, guys. He's the man. He's the ultimate, I don't even know what to call him. Entertainer. The ultimate just buffoon who's funny at the same time. I don't know. I'm so over right, left, Democrat, Republican. It's all the same thing as Jerome Powell's telling you inflationary is transitory. Oh, it's only disinflation, guys. Oh, guess what? We're now going to use the flexible average inflation term or something like that. I was watching Uneducated Economist today, and he studies the Fed more than anybody out there, reads every single one of their speeches, the reports, and he's trying to understand what the hell's going on. And he's pretty much came to the conclusion the whole point of Jerome Powell's is to get us to think something is happening. As soon as interest rates started rising in 2022, they had to do it out of desperation, the economy, whatever. And did it work, guys? After a year and a half, they're still talking about we might need to raise rates. So clearly, it did not work. Cutting rates does not work. It's so gone. It's all about the perception and people's mentality. If people think there's no inflation, they'll spend more. You know, when last year people were getting loans because they thought, oh, 6 rate cuts are coming in 2024. It's all good. Don't worry about it. And then we heard, 4, 3 maybe. And next thing you know, we're here we are now. No one's taking out loans. We're at 7.5%. But just the way that Jerome manipulates with his words and just to confuse you, to use the craziest terminology. And it's all bullshit, guys. The 2% target is a complete farce. It's impossible. It's not happening. And why is nobody talking about this? Like, it's a complete illusion. And it's just sad that a lot of people don't see it. They still think crypto's a scam. And they are the ones that have so much credit card debt. They're working 2 jobs and they're looking at a new car. And it's like, how do you help people like that? You know, the media is evil, guys. Everybody's out to take from you. They're not out to help you. And it's a lot of people can't understand that. And I couldn't understand why we weren't pumping yet. We've been in QE forever, even though we're allegedly not. There's so many ways the Fed has been sending money to these banks through all these little programs that we don't even know about. Watching Arthur Hayes' interview he did a couple weeks ago with Blockworks, talking about it, how he can't even figure out the programs that the Fed has where banks where they're buying and swapping treasury. I don't even know what the gig is. But regardless, the Treasury announces the first buyback operation since 2002. Let's go. 22 years ago. And it's scheduled to start in 3 days, guys. Let's go. The bull market will begin next week. The program is designed to improve liquidity in the Treasury market and is expected to run through July. So what are they doing? Oh, we're only purchasing $2 billion a week. Except for the 1 week, we're only doing $500 million. So 4 in July, 4 in June, and 1 at the end of May, guys. So here we go. So liquidity support. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, $15 billion of buybacks. This is going to kickstart the bull run. And I think we're going to have my gut now, guys. I'm telling you, it changes constantly. And so anyone that's had their opinion 6 months ago and hasn't changed, and this is going to be the same cycle. And no, guys, the Bitcoin made a new high at the ETF or after the ETF. Doesn't that what does that tell you? This should have happened a month from now when this next pump happens. That should have been the pump from 40 to 73, making the new all-time high. But it's not. So I think we really are going to have a fast blow off top this year. People are going to be thinking it's going to go into 2025. I think there's going to be a liquidity event, a black swan, and we're coming back down and we'll be able to buy up that dip because I'm going to be scaling out as things start getting euphoric. I'm going to be looking for the exits this time. Thanks, Solo, get an ETF this cycle. I do, and that'll be a top. So I think, Thomas, we're going to have another, like how we had the double top last cycle. I think it's going to happen again, but it's going to be over a little longer amount of time. I think Bitcoin is going to hit 125 to 140 this year. And then towards the end of 2025 into 2026, I think we'll see another 6-month run up. And then that's going to be right before all the debt restructuring and all that's coming in 26. That's what my gut tells me now. So I think it's going to come, and it's going to be the biggest sell the news event. Like we already made all our gains in Solana, when we bought it at $10.80 in what, December or November 2022, right after the FTX debacle. So there we made a 20x on that. So right now at $180 or whatever, what are we going to get? A 6x, a 7x? So I'm out of Solana completely right now, guys. I made my profits and I rolled it into other plays. So that's how you got to play it. And just, it's tough, man. These things are going to move so fast, and they're going to sell off so fast. You don't want to be stuck holding the bags. But that's a long time from now. We get a lot of profits we're going to make. So I'm not even worried about it, because we are in the best projects. It's not like we're in all these meme coins and we're just praying that we're going to have to get out. Like if I completely miss this cycle and I can only, take out $500,000 or something, and I lose some seed phrases to some wallets and I find them next cycle, I'll be good. I don't care. I don't need to sell everything this cycle, especially being in the best utility coins. I'm going to want to say, yep, these coins I bought in their first cycle at the generational lows back in 2022, 2023. I still want to have some of those coins to be able to tell stories about in the future. What up, Camo Joe? Joseph, let's go up to 10K Corium. Hell yeah, bro. I hope you're staking it or delegating it and getting your Pulsera airdrop. And that's how you just passive income, bro. That 10K at 25% APY, a year from now, you'll be at 12.5K. Let's go. ETH blast off. Well, here we are, about to get rewarded for all our bear mark patience. Yes, sir. Wall Street Oracle, appreciate you. Double speak. Salute. If XRP goes to $100, I'll eat my shit. It will, bro. It's gonna go. It's impossible that it can't go to $100. I'm gonna tell you why here in a second. I will jazz you. Just give me a minute. Mobius, what up? What up? You'll be rich as fuck. Bro, it's going higher than $100. I'm gonna just tell you that. Mobius, Ray Love, get the right V-Mum, Moon Mutt. Can't believe they still allow out. I know, bro. Just that realtor bond. I was an agent for 10 years. So, that fellow realtors NAR connection. All right. Guys, so this right here, this is where we're going to start talking about. This is going to lead into the Ripple, and then that is it for tonight. Oh, no, one more thing before we get into that. This week in tokenization, if you're not on this website, guys, go here, rwa.xyz. It's got good information with where everything's being tokenized, the new funds. You can get on their list, and there's a weekly mailer that goes out, and just like a wrap up, and it's the best out there. This dashboard here, I really like it. It shows you everything that's on here. Damn, 12 billion in loans now on tokenized private credit. Holy shit. Guys, this stuff is growing fast. Wow. Look at that. We're at 5 billion in July of last year. Now we're at 7.6. Let's go. But they added real estate on here coming soon, commodities, stable coins, US treasuries on chain, 1.4 billion. Most on ETH, Stellar, Solana. Oh, wow. XDC. That's brand new. That was never on here. Let's go. Yo, Goo God, you're going to want to stay. Oh, you made it just in the right time, bro. Hell yeah. Woman of the year. Shout out Caitlin. That's your girl, bro. That's Goo God's girl. He's got the Wheaties box from 1976 on his bedstand when Bruce won the gold in the decathlon. Oh, that's funny. So, guys, this week, shifting political attitudes towards crypto in the US. What could it mean for tokenized assets? Should issuers tokenize the asset or simply create a derivative on chain like BlackRock? What do you think? MakerDAO's missing real world asset provider and visions for a real world asset absent pure DAI stablecoin. Is that any P DAI right there? Any inspiration from P DAI with the URE in there? Richard. I don't know. World Bank issues its first digital bond. Chainlink working with the DTCC. Now that makes two. The DTCC has only ever talked about Stellar that I've seen. So now it's Stellar and Chainlink. Two other coins I hold in my IRA. I'm never selling because I'm going to get taxed. Well, that's not true. I'm going to be taking profits this cycle, but putting it into silver or gold in that IRA. Shout out ITRUSTCAPITAL. Links down below in the description if you want a $200 bonus. That was a good plug, man. I'm getting good at this shit. Doing it for free, too. Shifting political attitudes. On Thursday, the Senate voted to overturn Gary's SAB 121. Let's go. They approved the ETH ETF. Martin Grunberg announces his resignation as the FDIC chairman amongst sexual harassment and other misconduct. What a scumbag. Grunberg. Fucking Grunbag the Groper. Was particularly hostile towards cryptocurrency. When his little small hat. Operation Choke Point, which he actually performed on his staff, not realizing Operation Choke Point was a bank mission. On Wednesday, guys, this is a game changer. The House voted in favor of the crypto market structure bill. FIT 21. Biden said he would not overturn it after saying he would. Guys, this is like a once in a 20-year thing where the Republicans, if Trump was in office and the Democrats sent something over, it'd get vetoed every time. It would never get voted. It would get turned down. And now, for the first time ever, that just shows you crypto is now political. That shows you we as a crypto class of crypto degens, we have a say in this election. I mean, I'm hearing it all over the place now that the crypto voters could swing the election in multiple swing states. Let's go, guys. This is great. Oh, God. That's great, bro. If you can name the coach, I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1 if you could even name the coach. His first name starts with a D. So, all right. Biden said he would not overturn it, but his stance changed. Recent poll. Where is my mouse? Oh, there we go. Indicates, there it is, that 1/4 of voters in swing states indicate that 1/4 of 10% are actively weighing political candidates' positions on digital assets when making their decisions. There you go, guys. There you go. Broadly speaking, crypto regulation could bring greater clarity, legitimacy, and validation to the industry. This would almost undoubtedly encourage more capital to enter the space. Really? A new regulatory trajectory for crypto in the US could mean that tokenized commodities and derivatives achieve compliance just like Gary wanted. Yup, there you go. PJ. Yup. Mr. PJ Carlesimo was the victim of Operation Choke Point, 1994, 2. Sleepy Joe buried himself when he proposed the hike on capital gains tax. Well, Sleepy Joe walks around in diapers and poops his pants all day. So, yeah, guys, follow RWA. America's complete 180 from anti-crypto to pro-crypto is complete as just today Fit 21 passes. Let's go. So guys, this right here, it's funny right here. The House also passed the Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act, but they are rushing in stablecoin legislation. Don't talk about that though. It's just important. Craziness, guys. But I was watching the interview today with Patrick McHenry. That's his name. Pat McHenry. And he was talking about Fit 21, everything that's happening, how things are really changing for the U.S. We're following suit with London, the UK, MICA, Hong Kong, Japan, all them. So this Fit 21, it gives the definition of what a digital asset under federal law is. For the first time ever, we will have that. It gives clarity between the SEC and the CFTC. So and they judge that by how decentralized you are. So if you're fully decentralized, you are a digital commodity and you're regulated by the CFTC. If you're not fully decentralized, you are a security and you go to Gary. But this is good though, because we need new laws. And this guy's been working on this for almost 2 years with French Hill, Tom Emmer, and some other boomers. And it ends the SEC's terror campaign. And also, this will provide clarity on how you exchange, how you buy and sell your assets, and also your property rights for the asset. So for other, NFTs, whatever, tokenized assets. So I like this, guys. It's perfect. And if you start as, say you start centralized because you raised money or whatever, but you have a plan that in 6 months you're going to have a DAO and be fully decentralized, and you're going to meet their standard for full decentralization. That's perfect. They say, okay, done. And they will let you move from a security to a digital asset or a digital commodity. And then also too, bootstrapping, good to go, as long as no outside capital was raised. So forking stuff, you're good to go. You can go through the funnel process and you come out a digital commodity. Most things start centralized and move away towards decentralization. They don't need to achieve Bitcoin's decentralized standard, but that's going to be the ultimate goal, where if you can be as decentralized as Bitcoin, that's the holy grail. So make your way towards there. Do what you can do. If you meet these guidelines, if you check these boxes, you'll be declared a commodity, and Gary will not be coming after Kraken, Coinbase, Ripple, MetaMask, Uniswap. It's so funny, but it's all right. And what was great about this, and like Patrick McHenry being the voice and the Speaker of the House for a little bit, is his dad was a small business owner, and he said he was just not smart. He was not a businessman, so he was going to have to figure it out himself. He wasn't going to be, in the ivory tower working. And his dad struggled all the time trying to start businesses, struggled moving money around, getting funding. So he understands it. And he said he's been into crowdfunding for businesses he's done, and he sees how crypto can connect people. And when you do that, people can transact faster and cheaper. It just benefits everybody. It benefits society, guys. So when good people get elected into these places, like, it's not just, the Rockefeller, they control everything, or the Rothschilds, they control everything. And no matter what, these people, they're all puppets. No, guys. A lot of these people like Patrick McHenry don't even understand how this stuff works. There's so much compartmentalization at the Rocket Agency and all these other places, that the smartest people, they're just told what you're working on is the most important here. It's top secret. And then they look down at every other department. And then you tell every single person that. So every department thinks, oh yeah, what we're working on is the the most important here. Everyone else is beneath us. So now the whole building looks around like, hey, yeah, whatever. What we're doing is way more important, when it's the polar opposite, or whatever, vice versa. So these people don't even understand what's going on right in front of their faces, guys. So, guys, this is going to be, this is all coming right into place to get us to $100 XRP. Everything is falling together in the back end to where the transition can happen to the new financial system, guys. And it will be a majority of that liquidity is going to be on the XRP ledger. It just is what it is, guys. Richard Hart built Pulse Chain, I think, so he can move his fortune in crypto onto a chain that he controls. And why did he fork ETH? Because he knows it's going to be here. ETH is a chosen one. It is what it is. So you fork ETH. Now he's got a chain he can control all his wealth on. End game met. Now the PDI stuff, that's crazy. But that ain't for tonight. We already know that's happening. We got to talk about our plan B and our plan C's over here in case something just doesn't go right. So the Coinbase listed XRP in New York after FIT passes. The Ripple case is coming to an end in June. Banks all over the world will use XRP as a bridge currency. Well, we know Japan is using it next year between all their banks, guys. 1 year from now, Japan's using it. XRP ETFs probably going to mark the local top. Solana ETF, Ripple IPO. One of those events, we're going to look back and say, God, that was the top right there. Why didn't we know? Why didn't we see that? But here we're going to see it. So, guys, the XRP ledger is now a hub, is the hub for stable coins and real world assets, and will be the biggest, deepest liquidity in all of crypto. Bitcoin, you can't do shit with. Once you bridge it to Flare and it's an F asset, or you bridge it over to the XRP ledger and pair it up with and stake it or throw it in the liquidity pool with no impermanent loss, guys, it's game changing. And the key to it too is XLR. I knew XLR was big when we talked about them last year, but I didn't realize how important it is. They are the game changer. 55 blockchains now can access the XRP ledger with one click. One click API. No more bridges. No more locked up funds on a bridge, potentially frozen. No more third-party counter risk. All gone. And who do you think? Do you think BlackRock is going to risk using a bridge and be potentially getting hacked and losing all that money? You know how stupid they would look? But now you have a one click. Okay, you have $100 million on Ethereum. Guess what you can do? One click. You want to use the XRP ledger for that ETH liquidity to access a loan, create access to a U.S. Treasury bill or a U.S. Treasury bond that's now listed on the XRP ledger. One contract call proves you own them. Then one more click, you're locked in a smart contract. Here's your loan, no bridge, good to go. Guys, it's game changing. I didn't understand this. Like, shout out Mickey B. Fresh. I watched his stream 3 times today to try to understand all this. I have notes in front of me for the first time ever. So now on the XRP ledger, assets can be traded on the super DEX without users having to leave the chain. It will be the hub for value transfer across all of crypto. No matter what have we been talking about? Interoperability, right? Interoperability is the future. Interoperability is the future. It doesn't matter where the liquidity is, as long as you have a community and liquidity over there. Now XLR and these other solutions are bridging the XRP ledger to all these other chains. So now everyone's says, oh, well, you know what? They don't have smart contracts on the XRP ledger, you idiot. They don't even have smart contracts over there. Oh, shit chain. They don't need them. Let all these other chains be good at what they do and what they already have. We could just tap into that now with one click. You want to mint an NFT on Polygon? You call a smart contract from the mainnet on the XRP ledger with the general message passing with cross-chain protocols. Don't screw that up. That's fancy lingo right there, right? You call that smart contract from mainnet, which will be routed back to the mainnet to complete the transaction, which is advanced DeFi. You want to, say you're on Polygon, you want to swap token A to B using the right cross-chain infrastructure that will execute on the XRP mainnet and end up back in your wallet with the cheapest and fastest route, guaranteed, without ever leaving your wallet. Intelligent routing applications will always find the thickest liquidity and the best price. It will always be on the XRP ledger. This will be integrated through a network of 55 blockchains with Axelar. And Axelar stated in a conference that they are positioning XRP as the global hub for stablecoins, real-world assets, and tokenized bonds. Bullish as F on Axelar, guys. Users and liquidity is about to flow onto the XRP ledger. JP Morgan, Citi, MasterCard, and all of the banks are using different approaches to blockchain, but they're all moving towards one thing: single liquidity hubs for stable coins, real world assets, and tokenization. Ripple is positioned to be that company. With Axelar's help, they're bridging the public and private chains because they realize that Providence and Onyx are not the future. They need these public blockchains that are open source, where liquidity can come from all over the world. Anybody that has a smartphone, if you're in India, if you're in Alaska, if you're in South Africa, if you're in Antarctica with Alan, you can take your phone and you can access a global liquidity hub, which you cannot do right now. The new AMM that just launched, when it's super liquid, the institutions will come. This is the absolute game changer. Prisma, intelligent liquidity routing. Prisma, that's the game changer right there. It ensures that all Ripple's ODL, which that's all Ripple does. Their on-demand liquidity, RippleNet, that's their product that they sell to 130 central banks are using RippleNet and ODL, and who knows how many commercial banks. It's at least 400 last time I looked that are using Ripple. So, guys, it's a no-brainer. That's why it's footed so hard. And to build what they're building, the scale of this, to get the legislation, shit, look at the SEC lawsuit. It's been 4 years already. Like, these things take 10, 12 years to become the new financial system, to be the infrastructure for these new systems, for all real-world assets to come to your chain. If I want to go buy tokenized diamonds and they're on, Gnosis chain, and I have money on Degen chain, guess what? One click, boom, I use the XRP ledger's liquidity and my shit shows up in my wallet on another chain. Guys, it's crazy what is coming. So this Prisma guarantees and ensures that Ripple's ODL volume, all of the volume that's currently on private blockchains right now that their ODL is servicing, is going to be funneled into the XRPL AMM. This maximizes the XRP ledger. Today, there's zero utility besides trading NFTs and speculating on these tokens. Everything, I can't read my writing. Everything is coming on chain. The XRP ledger is going to be the centralized DEX across all of crypto. Well, no, sorry. They're creating a centralized, basically a centralized exchange type feel on chain that's decentralized, with Axelar fixing the bridge problems, no lockups, no counterparty risk. They burn and mint. That's it. They burn, mint. That's it. You want to use the XRP ledger for your ETH liquidity to access a loan. One contract call proves you own those coins, lock them in a smart contract, access that liquidity. Then Ripple launching a stable coin, so much bigger than we could even imagine, guys. It proves the way for a bunch of other tokenized fiats to come to the XRP ledger. The Chinese yuan, the ruble, the South African rand nooner, the pound, the yen, all of them are going to be on the XRP ledger, which is what we want. That is going to create tons of liquidity pairs, drive more demand. And then with RippleNet and ODL on chain on the ledger, that's going to bring the institutions in. And Ripple's USD is going to allow them to scale their on-demand liquidity even further to more clients, which creates network effect. We all know that. So guys, imagine an XRP wrapped Bitcoin, or what is it? XBTC, whatever it is. XRP, XETH, XRP, X Solana. Those are going to be the deepest liquidity pools in all of crypto for those pairs. So you want to go sell $500 million of Bitcoin, you're going to be able to do it on the XRP ledger in that pool. Imagine deep, deep, deep liquidity. That's going to bring the institutions and real volume, which will bring the price to hundreds of dollars. It's inevitable. Once they are settling Swift, once they're settling, for the Forex markets, guys, there's so much that they are going to do. They just can't do it. I was watching an interview with the CEO of Swift. What did he say? We love XRP, but we can't use them right now because of regulatory concerns and compliance, which goes away in another month or so. And the former CEO of Swift, where did he go to work? Ripple. Why? Oh, just coincidence, Adam. He just went there because he got drunk and just stumbled over there. You didn't know? He did not want to go work there. He wanted to stay at Swift forever. It's just fun. It's crazy. So guys, once the liquidity comes, the volume comes, that wheel just starts spinning. The network effect, more users, more volume, higher price, just keeps churning. And then you're earning yield for doing this. The more the pools grow, the higher the yield you earn. This is counterintuitive or whatever. This is the opposite of what we have now. If your pool gets saturated, your yield goes down. Well, guess what? In these pools, when they grow in liquidity, the yield goes up. The XRP ledger, unlike Aave, Maker, and Uniswap, the AMM is part of the XRP ledger. It's not a DApp on it. Its value for providing liquidity and the revenue it generates remains in the network. This makes the value of the network grow astronomically. How many times has Brian Brooks said the value of these tokens depends on the underlying networks and protocols beneath them? The value is in the protocols, guys. Compliance will allow institutions to integrate services for customers that want to use DeFi, allow them to use DeFi, or build their own stuff. They're not here to hodl coins, guys. They're here to earn fees, tokenize assets, and bring the capital markets on chain. And they can't do it on these private walled gardens. Onyx and Providence, they're not the solutions. DeFi is now ready to go on the XRP ledger. A better system that's in place now without $1 of taxpayer money being spent. This is more powerful to the institutions than anything they've ever seen, and it's accessible to every person in the world that has a smartphone. The XRPL's AMM is one of a kind. XLS-64d is coming, which is bringing lending and borrowing. You'll be able to escrow your assets with a qualified custodian like Jake Claver and R3 Corda or Standard Custody, whoever you want to work with, these institutions, you'll be able to hold your stuff in a ledger through them and then delegate them with pseudo accounts. And so they're going to be holding these assets in a cold wallet in the custody and then delegate them into the AMM while a derivative takes place of your assets. Therefore, representing ownership, locking them in escrow, delegating them into a pool, and never leaving your wallet. This allows you to borrow against it and many other options with no impermanent loss. Just get it on MetaMask or on Uniswap, Alan. So if any time, guys, if you don't know where to get a coin, like Alan, which chain, XLR is its own chain, bro. So it's an ERC20 though. But anytime there's a coin like this, just go to CoinMarketCap and plug it in. I know people hate these sites, whatever, but you can just click on markets and it will show you everywhere that the coin is traded. It'll show you all the liquidity pairs out there. So right here, just go to markets for any coin and it will show you everywhere they're traded. So Binance, Coinbase, Bybit, Upbit, Kraken, Gate. I mean, it's on every exchange, but it's also on Uniswap. So if you go to page 2, see, there it is on Uniswap. So you can see like it's a little more expensive though on Binance US or whatever. So, but it's just good for any coin, guys. You can see where to get it. So there you go. Yep. Yeah. Hey, bro, that's what I'm here for, brother. I'm here for you, Alan. I am here for you. So, guys, this is gonna be game changing. You know, the pseudo accounts. This is why Flare is so big. That's why they switched to liquid staking, because they obviously realized to be compliant, you're going to have those coins stay in your wallet at all times. So when I stake and I delegate, those coins are always in my wallet. So a derivative goes into the pools. Or a derivative takes place of, so instead of you taking your coins and throwing them in the pool, a derivative goes into the pools in place of the real coins and acts like them. So with no impermanent loss, the demand to earn native yield and then receive LP tokens that have unique capabilities, like the Ink token, hedging, leverage, deploying them in other ways to earn yield while still being in the pools. This is called composability. Institutions are salivating at this. And DeFi, guys, is the closest thing they have to what they use right now. And it's 90% of institutional interest is what I'm being told. And digital decentralized identity will come after compliance, will be the final step in all this interoperability, legislation, compliance, all that nonsense. Guys, so on-chain finance driven by the internet of value. That's the end game right there. Now we have a network with multiple protocols with stakers and users versus platforms like Google that control everything. Anyone can build on public networks, and the native protocols don't extract value from the users. All the core features of the XRP ledger are embedded into the network, so you build more composable applications that bridge to the legacy world. That's what RippleNet is trying to facilitate with on-demand liquidity and their stablecoin. More banks, more partnerships. Guys, it's all coming together right now. Institutions are coming on chain, and we're about to front run everybody into the new financial system that is coming. And the liquidity hub of the world for tokenization of assets is coming to the XRP ledger. So PTGC does that, don't they, with their staking? No. So Alan, there's PTGC has staking that you can unstake anytime, but they have the locking for additional yield. So you get twice the APY when you stake and then lock. So, but yeah, and then you get your coins just given to you. If you don't stake anything and just hold them liquid, you get a portion of fees given back to, I think, 0.5% of all fees get divvied back to holders or whatever. So there you go. Yeah, bro. Using exchanges is fine. Like I use Kraken, I use Gemini, I use Bitstamp. Like sometimes I use PayPal the most now, honestly. Like it's just been so convenient to just buy ETH on PayPal or buy Litecoin and then withdraw Litecoin for like 0.00001. It's free basically. So I've been just, you gotta for now use the exchanges, but this cycle is going to be where the solutions are built. Where we're going to be able to spend with our debit cards, withdraw to MoneyGram seamlessly, text each other money seamlessly. Like it's all coming, guys. So, and it's like happening right now. All the legislation, the flip of people being so bearish on crypto to now bullish. It's political. It's going to help win the elections. Trump is here. No CBDCs. I'm the man. Like, guys, it's great. It's all happening. And then most importantly, I think, is this right here, is we have $2 billion coming into the market every week, except for the two that are only $500 million. So yeah, we might have pullbacks in the week of June 10th and the week of July 9th because we're getting 3 times less liquidity. So those could be the two pullbacks those weeks. I mean, I don't know. This is just every day you get a little bit more information, you learn a little bit more, and you just start putting it together. Hex next. No, bro. When ETH makes a new all-time high, maybe Pulse Chain will start pumping. And that's what my gut tells me. We need ETH to hit 5K, and then Pulse Chain will start to pump. Pulse Chain come last. Hex pump last. Profits rotate into RH, then pump. Did you guys see Sami's tweet about ex-employees are taking bribes to leak famous accounts? GCRs was one of them. To leak famous, what, leaking what, like private messages? To leak famous. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Don't convos photos, etc. Jesus, conversation. Okay, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like okay, wow. I'm buying it on Ethereum, Thomas. I bought it on Uniswap, but looks like you can get it on all the exchanges, but you probably will have to download an XLR wallet, which is just another headache that I don't want to deal with. I want to use MetaMask or my Ledger. No, my Ledger that I put the seed phrase into MetaMask so I don't have to click buttons every time. Don't do what I do. I break all the rules. So knock on wood, it doesn't go bad for me. All right, guys. No super chats allowed, so thank YouTube for that. But donation address below. Send me a Pulse Chain if you want. If not, I'll be back tomorrow night anyways, bringing you that alpha.